Go, hun. Do it.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Nick.
And we're the duo. And today we're doing story time.
Story time.
And we're gonna tell the story of the vacation we took
In P.E.I.
3 or 4 years ago. And so this was kind of like a spur of the moment vacation. It was planned and executed within I think it was like 2-3 weeks.
If that, yeah, it was a last minute decision, that's for sure.
It was an idea that my dad came up with. My grandparents live in P.E.I. So he's like, why don't you just fly out there, spend a week out there? And we're like, F that, we're gonna drive.
Yeah. Worst decision ever, because I didn't have my license at the time.
So I drove the whole way, and we live in like the bottom of Ontario.
Yeah.
So
20-hour drive. There's a bee. It's on my face. Holy fuck.
Okay.
I'm terrified of bees.
FYI. So, yeah, so from where we are to P.E.I. is like a 20 to 24 hour drive. So Nick didn't drive at all. It was all me. And it was our bright idea to go. So I think we made very good time.
We did.
There.
I pushed her to keep driving like an asshole.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
I was an asshole the entire time.
Mind you, this was like a test of our relationship. We were only together like, I think 2 years, 3 years.
We're going on 6 now, if that tells you anything.
And we were like, I think we were 19 or 20, and it was, the sun's really bad.
The sun is really bad.
So yeah, it was fun. So we had the GPS and we were trucking, and we decided that we don't need a hotel. We're going to...
This is on the way up, right?
Yeah,
okay.
On the way up, but we're just going to keep going. So when we hit Quebec, I don't know if like everybody's familiar with Quebec, but it's the French-speaking part of Canada. So as soon as you
hustle and bustle, no time for nothing.
Yeah, like as soon as you get there, all the signs are in
French.
There's no bilingual signs.
None.
Like whatsoever. There we go.
That's awful.
So yeah, we get there, and we get lost, and we're traveling down like this dirt road, and it takes us. It was really bumpy. I remember filming some. I wish we still had the video.
Yeah. There was caution tape. There looked like a murder went on. Yeah.
Then like it was like a 20-minute drive down like this narrow dirt road.
I don't even know how we ended up on that road.
I don't know. We took a turn at the arete.
Stop sign.
So finally we get to the end of this bumpy road, and it is a gorgeous waterfall.
But with a murder.
No, there was no murder.
It was a murder.
There was caution tape.
Murder.
So we get there and we're like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. So we stay there for a little while, we take some pictures, we're back on the road. So that was our exciting adventure getting to P.E.I. We get there in about a day and a half-ish.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
Day and a half, and I was exhausted, Nick was exhausted.
Before we got there, we stopped at a truck stop and we figured we were going to sleep for the night. That was dumb. Everyone talks French. I didn't understand what anyone was saying. I thought they were plotting to kill us.
No,
we couldn't sleep.
We got to Quebec and we're like, let's find a hotel.
Yeah.
We didn't plan whatsoever, so there was no hotels available anywhere. So we're like, okay, we're just going to stop at a truck stop. Nick's paranoid. Would not sleep the whole night.
Gosh, we got to get up. We got to go. We got to go.
I'm sleeping in the back, and then he wakes me up like 4 hours later saying, let's go. I'm like, okay. Jackass here doesn't drive, so I'm like, alright, let's go. So we get there, we're exhausted, whatever. We go visit my grandparents, we have an okay time. P.E.I. is like one of those places that I recommend you go to, but
just to see.
It's a once in a lifetime thing.
I wouldn't go back.
I wouldn't go back either. The people there are super, super nice.
Unless you move there and take
they
their
don't
work.
they don't like people to move there and take their jobs. But if you're a tourist, they love you. There's lots to do there for tourism. There's lots of
different things.
Tours and boats. And
there's one tour where you drive around P.E.I. and then it just drives into the water and it turns into a boat. Pretty cool.
That was really cool. And we went seal watching, but we didn't see any seals, so that was...
Well, we saw them in the distance.
No, we didn't. We saw like one. It was a waste of money.
It was a waste of money.
Absolutely a waste of money. But anyways, so by the end of our vacation, we stayed 5 days, I think. And
Weren't we supposed to stay a week, and then after 5 days, we were going home?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with this. So we leave the island. Oh, and I don't know if you know this about P.E.I, but there's a Confederation Bridge, which is like, don't quote me, but I think it's like the longest bridge in the world.
Ridiculous. You can't see the island on the other side.
And it's super, like, scary to be on.
It is very scary to be on.
All you see is water around you. It's a 2-lane highway. There's water all around you, and it's scary. And I guess, like, in the winter, and, like, I guess when they have, like, really bad, like, storms and stuff like that, they shut the bridge down because it's that dangerous to be on. But anyways, you go across the bridge to get there, but coming back, you have to pay to get out of the island.
That's so stupid.
But whatever.
Money grab.
Yeah, so whatever. So we pay to get out. We leave the island, I think it was around, like, 7. And there was an hour difference time change.
Mm-hmm.
The AC just went off, so I feel like I'm being really loud. There's an hour difference time change, so we're driving, and I think it was like 7 o'clock at night. No, it was around 9 that we finally...
Was it that late?
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock that we finally got back into Ontario. So we were stoked. We missed our bed, and it was tensions were... Oh no, I forgot to tell.
You missed the part where we almost broke up.
Okay. No, I missed the part before that. Okay, so on the way home, I think we were in New Brunswick.
Oh, yes.
And our GPS comes up with, like, this thing, and it's like, hey...
Shave 20 minutes off your drive time.
We're like,
woo!
yeah, so we hit the button, and it takes us to reroute. It gets us off the highway. We're like, okay.
Fucking logging road.
Okay, so we're on, like, this dirt road, and the thing that catches our attention first is our cell phones lose reception.
We had no cell
reception.
service.
So we're going down this log road, and I feel like, okay, hang on. I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Before we even left for this trip, my grandfather stuck in my head
that we were going to hit a moose.
People die when you hit mooses.
They did. If you hit a moose, it's game over.
Be careful. You'll, like, get to New Brunswick, and you'll see, like, there's fences so they can't get on the highway, and all that stuff. And so I'm paranoid. I'm 19 years old. It's my first road trip away from my parents. Like, I'm terrified. I'm driving the whole way myself. So anyways, so we get on this log road, and we're driving down there, and it's like 2 hours without any cell reception. And I'm freaking out because it's just literally us.
No, we didn't see a single other vehicle the whole time. Yeah. You're on that road for at least an hour.
It was like 2 hours.
It was like 2 hours, and didn't see another person.
So we're freaking out. There's no cell reception. There's just bush. I'm terrified I'm going to hit a moose. Like, absolutely terrified. And we get back on the road. We get cell reception. I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, you'll never believe what happened. He goes, don't do it. Again. Follow the GPS. So, finally, like, we get back on the...
Well, technically, we did follow the GPS.
Well, let's want to save 20 minutes. Yeah.
20-hour drive, that's...
20 minutes is a lot. Especially when you're going straight the whole time. Anyways, so we get back on the road, and Nick here is being an idiot. And he goes, I want to see a moose. Moose, 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 moose.
We come around a fucking bend.
There's a moose.
There's a moose.
He goes, moose, and I'm like, what? So I'm freaking out thinking I'm going to hit it. It's on the other side of the fence, but oh my god, they are so big.
They are very big.
Like, no wonder if you hit
bigger
them,
than
you're
you'd
dead.
expect, yeah. Fuck, taller than our Jeep at the time.
It was insane. So that was our exciting drive home story. Finally, we get out into Ontario around 9 o'clock at night. Pull into his truck stop.
2 hours left in the drive.
No, there's like 3.
Okay, 3 hours.
About 3 hours left in the drive.
And I'm being an asshole.
I'm exhausted. Like, I just drove for like 14 hours.
And I kept trying to make her go further and further and further.
Yeah, and I don't know if, like, you ever heard of this, but it's called, like, I think it's called, like, the black dog. Or black animal or whatever, where you're driving. And you keep seeing something. You're paranoid, and you're seeing it.
She kept thinking she kept seeing moose even on Ontario.
Yeah, so...
Is that a moose? No, hon, it's not a moose.
So I am, like, exhausted. We pull into a truck stop. Well, see, we were smarter this time. We had a hotel booked. I think it was in Quebec that we had the hotel booked.
And they lost our reservations.
No, they didn't lose our reservations.
Your grandpa booked them, and then...
when we were driving, we're like, oh, we're making awesome time. We're not going to stop. It was, like, 6 o'clock by the time we got to Quebec. So we're like, we're not going to stop. So we kept going, and... yeah. So we get to the truck stop. I'm exhausted. I'm like, I have to sleep. I can't do it anymore. He's like, oh, we're 3 hours away from home. Just do it. Like, we're on our way. So we get
tensions were so high.
I'm like, you don't know how it is. He goes, I've been up too. I'm like, it's different when you're driving. So it was.
Now that I have my license, I understand. I get it.
Yeah. So it was. We broke up in the parking lot.
We broke up in the parking lot.
Oh, it was.
She
bad.
sat inside the truck stop.
We were
I sat inside the truck.
screaming at each other. There was people watching us. It was a cluster. But
I won the argument.
not necessarily. I slept for like an hour. And then I got back on the road. We got back home at about like 9 o'clock.
Oh, we both went straight to bed, passed out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was
It's
adventurous.
fun.
So then, the other good part of the story is we got home, and our garage
is unlocked.
So we just moved into this house when we left. We just bought a house, young couple of 19-year-olds, like didn't know much. So we're in our.
Don't use that as an excuse for us being retarded.
Okay, so hang on, don't tell them.
All right.
So we get home, and we noticed that if you ever have like an automatic garage opener, like there's a tab that you pull, and that's what unlocks the garage to go up and down. So it's not locked. So we get home and it's unlocked, and we're like, oh my god, somebody broke into our house.
I was freaking.
So we're like panicking. We're walking around our garage, making sure my hockey equipment's there, making sure. Like, our bikes are there, our hockey net, like, all that stuff, it's all still there. Everything's there. Nothing's missing. And we had asked our neighbors to keep an eye on our house. So, Nick goes over to their neighbors, and he's like, hey, our garage is unlocked. Did you notice anybody, like, at our house? And he goes, oh, yeah.
We left the garage door open when we left. Like, open. Not unlocked, open.
We loaded the car.
And drove away.
I had backed into the driveway that night to load the car in the morning. Loaded the car, was so excited to leave, left the garage wide open. So that is our brainiac move of that year. It was great. So anyways, we'll close out this.
Well, we didn't even say what we did in P.E.I. There was the red sand beaches, we saw starfish, we saw crabs. I went out really deep in the ocean with her on my back, and we found a lobster that was right in front of me. That was cool. We found out great whites have been in that water, too.
Yeah.
That's nasty. And what else did we do? We went to see some shows.
Yeah. We went to see Anna Green Gables, which was really good. But other than that, like, it's fun. But I wouldn't go back.
Actually, it gets weird when she sees people. She gets weirded out and doesn't want to talk.
Okay, so let's close this vlog. Mama.
Mama. That's Mama.
Oh, girl.
I love you.
Oh, girl. All right.
All right, guys.
Until next time. Bye.
It doesn't stop it.